How you like that for your intro?
Your production team.
About 45 minutes south of the metro in Wanamingo, Minnesota, there's a butcher shop like no other. It is bright pink, has a quirky, fun vibe, and you will not soon forget Lindsay Loken, who is the owner of Blondie's Butcher Shop. And Lindsay joins us now with the cool apron and ready to rock and roll.
I'm ready. I should have brought you one. What was I thinking?
Oh, I would rock it. I have a hat that says, "My grilling hat."
I will hook you up.
And I go, "Where's my grilling hat?" And they're like, "Which one is that?" And I go, "It's my grilling hat." It's the hat.
Literally.
Anyway,
Literally.
I'm full on dad mode.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for being here. I'm really
thanks for
excited to
having
have
me.
you. Yeah,
excited
appreciate
to meet
it.
your viewers and be introduced to.
Well, they're a good bunch. They're a
Yes,
loyal bunch.
That's what I hear.
Let's talk meat. Okay, what did you bring here to show us, by the way?
All right. So when you and I chatted, we were going to do an assortment of everything and just introduce people to all the grilling opportunities they can have out there to meet anybody's palate. So
Pardon the pun.
pardon the pun. Yeah, we're not going to butcher anything today. No pun intended. Yes.
All right.
So when we look at this, I want to start with all the different variations. And here's the incredible thing about the beef industry in Minnesota and the United States in general, is there is something for everybody. There is a niche for everything. So we can start with grass-fed to traditional conventional cattle like Angus, Hereford, Galway meat, Galway. We can do half-breds with Wagyu and Angus. We can do a Kobe beef patty, and we can do a full Wagyu patty.
In your opinion, is it worth upgrading the type of beef to make a burger patty?
So I need to do a social media video on my butcher's freezer in my personal home because I've become a meat snob. So I have one freezer that is Wagyu, I have one freezer that is pork, one freezer that is traditional beef.
When are we coming over?
Right? I know.
That's so cool. But is it
Yes.
worth it for
Yeah.
grinding it?
It is
Because of
to
the
me.
fat content or what?
Fat content. So here's the great thing about Wagyu cattle, and we chatted about this a little earlier. Wagyu is not necessarily the breed. There's about 4 to 5 breeds under it. One is
Kobe?
lacking popularity right now, or population. Kobe is a very high-end beef, but it's not technically a breed. It's where the animal's raised.
It's a region.
It's a region,
Yeah.
correct. And Kobe happens to be the capital city. Fun fact.
Yeah.
But Kobe beef is raised under very strict feed guidelines, handling guidelines, and has to be harvested in Japan.
So let's get this straight. Wagyu, as I read on your booking sheet, means Japanese cow. Wei, Japanese.
Correct.
Gyu is like
so it's
cow.
similar to saying beef in the U.S.
Okay.
Yep.
But and it's known for its incredible marbling, like meticulous
Yes.
high fat content.
Yeah.
Is there domestic?
So good that I couldn't even bring you a full blood one because they're about $500 an ounce.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is there domestic Wagyu then?
Absolutely.
And
so
how does that
we call
work?
it American Wagyu. So
Okay.
if you see that label, know that it is probably a half-blood
Yeah.
Wagyu.
Yeah.
So traditionally, we harvest a lot of Akahushi. That's one of the popular breeds in Wagyu categories, at least in Minnesota here, that I've worked with. But what you'll see the difference in, we have a half-bred Wagyu steak here, and we have a full USDA prime. Now, I want you to feel the fat on this one.
Okay.
The super unique
Soft.
thing about Wagyu cattle is they have really high monosaturated fats. And so monosaturated fats have a very, very low melting point.
Right.
So as you can tell, it's already starting to melt.
Yeah, it melts. Yeah,
So
it's like really high-end sausage. It would
Between
melt.
40 and 70 degrees, it will melt.
Wowzers.
So when we cut these at my butcher shop, it is like the slip and slide all over. You almost want to cut them in a freezer.
Yeah,
because
yeah, makes
it has
sense.
that consistency of hardened olive oil and then breaks down to a slippery. Now feel the white fat on a prime ribeye.
Yeah, it's much more firm.
Now that's a
much
Black
more
Angus
rigid.
certified beef ribeye. Big time difference, right?
Beautiful, right.
Now this is going to render at close to 140 degrees.
So you want to get
Big
it to that
time
medium rare
difference.
medium to get
Right.
that fat rendered. Real
That's
quick,
why
we
we're
have about
searing.
20 seconds
Yeah.
before we're going to go to break and come back and try this stuff. You have a hack right here. This is a chuck roast.
I have a grocery store hack for you. This was super fun. I was at London Byerly's this morning and saw this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to bring it.
Okay.
If you want to
Chuck
bang
roast
for
is
your
like a
buck.
stewing meat, right?
Chuck roast, yeah, it's a great crock pot meat. You can cut it into tidbits. Here,
But-
right here, can you see? This
Yeah.
is called a chuck eye. Also, the cousin of the ribeye, the very start. So let me compare the two.
It's a
Do you see
cousin?
it now?
Really?
So if you really want to cheat the system, instead of paying $24 for a ribeye, go to your chuck roast section, pick out this one.
You
and
think
we're
Von
just-
Hansen's hates you right now?
I think they probably all do. Probably Costco the worst.
Oh, Coda says, I smell
Coda's
meat.
here.
Wagyu.
So here you go, for $12.99, you got
There's your-
yourself 2 ribeyes here, and you got a chuck roast you can throw in the crock pot. for the same price as one ribeye.
You smell that? Okay, later,
know.
later.
Such a good
Belinda's
tip.
dog's my best friend.
Cool. Well, Lindsay, great stuff. Is it worth the money?
Worth the money. We're gonna come back and
Try it.
you're gonna be proof.
All right, I'm gonna blindfold. They're gonna blindfold me. We're gonna taste and see if we can tell the difference between prime, choice, and Wagyu. Sound
Let's
good?
do it. Let's do it.
All right, we'll be
See you
right
in a
back.
few.